Hello boys and girls, children of all ages, and welcome to the United States Grand Prix at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, where we will be treated to a fantastic race. I have no doubts about it. So it's Young currently on pole position. Heinz Howard Frentzen is in second place in the arrows at the moment. A lazy third, Sato, Ralf Schumacher's put himself into fourth. It is Fisichella. They're all changing at the moment. It's hard to keep track in the first 20 minutes of the race. Young currently on pole, Frentzen second, Fisichella third, Schumacher fourth, Lazy's fifth, Schumacher sixth, Sato seventh, Barrichello eighth, Dennis ninth, Fisichella's got himself onto pole position, Buttons in 10th place, De La Rosa, Gaston is in 12th, and Panis is in 13th, and that's currently the top a lot at the moment. 37 minutes left to go. We're halfway through qualifying. Young is on pole for the moment. Schumacher of the Michael variety is in second place. Fisichella third, Frentzen fourth, Lazy fifth, De La Rosa sixth, Ralf Schumacher seventh, Takuma Sato eighth, Rubens Barrichello ninth, Pedro Diniz 10th. There you go, your top 10. Lazy has done all of his laps. He cannot improve from his fifth position. It can only go downhill from here. Sato has done all his laps. Barrichello's on his final lap and he has not improved. Fisichella has one more lap to go and he has improved into second place. Frentzen's come out. Frentzen's jumped above Michael Schumacher. He's in third place. The top four are separated by 0.03 of a second. That's going to make for a very interesting close race between them lots.
10 minutes to go.
De La Rosa's got himself into sixth place in the Jaguar. They're the only pointless team at the moment. Webber's got to still go out and do another lap. Is Webber going to improve? No, he isn't. He's going to stay in ninth place. So your top 10 for the USA Grand Prix: Young, Fisichella, Frentzen, Schumacher, Alesi, De La Rosa, Ralf Schumacher, Sato, Webber, and Barrichello. The rest of the grid is Damon Hill in 11th, Pedro Diniz in 12th, Jenson Button is in 13th, Kimi Räikkönen 14th, Katsuya Matsukane 15th, Fernando Alonso 16th, Olivier Panis 17th, David Coulthard 18th, Mika Hakkinen 19th, and Juan Pablo Montoya brings up the rear in 20th, and that's place your season 3 champion. 2.7 seconds off the pace. The top 13 is covered by less than 0.3 of a second. I'm probably not going to be able to catch a breath in this race because everyone's going to be walking around like a train trying to overtake left, right and centre. But we shall soon see if that is the case. That plane is falling down. I'm very concerned for that plane. Look at all those lovely grid girls with the balls at the front. They should probably move out the way before they get run over by the Formula 1 cars. We are under starters' orders and we are racing! Everyone has gotten off the grid. Down towards the first corner, all the cars jostling for position, left, right, centre. Young looks like he's keeping hold of the lead. Mike Schumacher has managed to get in front of Frentzen, Fisichella and Young. And it is Young that's managed to get into the lead, stay in the lead I should say. So Young leads, Fisichella second, Schumacher third, Frentzen fourth. Lazy in fifth, Ralf Schumacher I think has gone up a place into sixth ahead of De La Rosa, seventh place Sato. 8th is Webber, 9th Barrichello, 10th Räikkönen, running off your top 10. Hill is in 11th, Diniz is in 12th, Button in 13th, Matsukane 14th, Alonso's 15th, Panis 16th, Montoya's in 17th, Coulthard 18th and Hakkinen 19th. Has someone failed to get off the grid or have I miscounted? I think I've miscounted. Everyone managed to get off the grid, so I have definitely miscounted. So, Young is leading, Fisichella in second. Well, the top four are all relatively close to each other in qualifying, so it's just about the different fuel loads between all the drivers. Has anyone fueled heavier than the other? Also, Mike Schumacher's going to have to be careful from his German compatriot Frentzen. 3 races gone, 3 incidents that Frentzen has been in. We're all hoping for everyone's sanity that he's not involved in a accident today, as it's a very short lap round in Indianapolis. 26 laps round the famous Brickyard. Go anti-clockwise round the 11-degree banking. Well, the other way round from the 11-degree banking. But there is your top 10, all pretty much on the same straight. That's a Jaguar trying to overtake a Jordan. It's Diniz and Hill. Diniz goes back into the racing line. Panis, Alonso, Montoya holding up the two McLarens a little bit. But it's still Young leading. So Renault in second, Fisichella. And third is still Michael Schumacher. Your championship leader at the moment, Michael Schumacher. We're on board with Fisichella in second. Michael Schumacher third in the Ferrari. Fourth is Frentzen in the Arrows. Fifth is Alesi. Sixth is De La Rosa. He's managed to get past Ralf Schumacher somewhere on the circuit. There is the Arrows. Sato's right behind him in 8th, Webber in 9th, 10th is Barrichello. Oh, am I about to say that Sato's going to score World Championship points? I doubt that. Hill's in 12th in the Jordan, still under pressure from Diniz, but he's actually got a bit of a gap, so he's not going to be overtaken too much. 2.5 seconds is the gap between the top 4. Ralf Schumacher 6 seconds behind in 7th. The cars are going past the finish line that quickly. I can't keep up with who's in the top 12. We know that Ron Montoya's in 19th and Atkinson's in 20th. Coulthard has overtaken Montoya at some point. So it's the two Toyotas and the two McLarens line astern at the back of the grid. And Hakkinen has passed Montoya on the circuit. Young leads with Fisichella in second. Michael Schumacher third. Very slow sequence of corners. Cars are not going to be set up for those corners. They're going to be set up for this monumental straight. It's flat out all the way to turn 1. Watch the speedometer just climb. 320 kilometers an hour. 325, 26, 27, 328. Heavy braking into turn 1, gear 1 corner, 115 kilometers an hour. That's Diniz with smoke coming from his engine. There is Diniz. He's pulled off to the left of the road, and he becomes your first retirement of the race. Pedro Diniz out.
Diniz is out. He's blown the engine.
There's Hakkinen in 18th, Coulthard in 17th. Got a little bit of a ways to catch up to Alonso in 16th. Panis 15th in front of 2 BAR's line astern. 14th and 15th. Matsucane in 14th. The BAR's very unlucky to not score points in the previous race. Matsucane retiring with a gearbox issue, and that's Panis. Speaking of a misfortune for the BARs, Panis blows the engine and is out of the American Grand Prix. Now Matsucane is going to be wary of his BAR. Hopefully he does not retire the same way as Panis does. Is that Frentzen with the fastest lap? I know Schumacher had the fastest lap. Might be, who knows. Matsucane pulls off over to the right of Button. Is he going to try and make the lunge? No. And Montoya has smoke coming from the back. There is Montoya. They're going to have to move that car pretty quickly. That's black smoke. He's going to have to get that car quickly. That looks like the car's on fire. Montoya though, the season 3 champion, out of the American Grand Prix. It's not been a very good start for the Toyota team at all. Schumacher following Fisichella. Frentzen also following suit. They've got a 5-second lead over Alesi already. Alesi in 5th for Renault. Round the final corner, and then up towards turn 13. There's Lazy in 5th. Pedro De La Rosa is in 6th. Ralph Schumacher is in 7th. There is De La Rosa Young with the fastest lap of the race. Fastest lap is changing ever constantly. Webber looks like he's going to try and make a move on Sato this lap. Is he going to outbrake the Japanese? Oh, they're getting very close to touching, but good racing between the two. They avoid any sort of contact. Round first sector, in towards the second sector. Complex sequence of corners now, left and right. Very difficult to get your braking point right for that turn, and then this turn's relatively easy. You don't want to go too far wide, otherwise it'll compromise you down this back straight. And then this is the corner where you just have to be patient with the throttle. A little quicker the burst of the throttle, and then you just have to be really patient. The turn just keeps on going, keeps on going, keeps on going. And a quick burst of the accelerator. Round the first corner. Coulthard stuck in first gear. He's holding up Hakkinen immensely. McLaren ready in the pit. That's going to be for Coulthard. Michael Schumacher with the fastest lap of the race. Is Hakkinen going to get past Coulthard? No, he isn't. It's going from bad to worse for McLaren. Coulthard still cannot. Coulthard still does not let Hakkinen go through, and Hakkinen's now about 7 seconds off the pace. 9 seconds, should I say. Compromised all the way across the straight. There's Alonso in 15th. Mazzacane in 14th, and the two Jardins in front. Button and Hill 13th, 12th, Raikkonen 11th in the Sauber. And in front of Raikkonen is Rubens Barrichello in the Ferrari, 10th at the moment. Sato holding up Webber still. Webber's looking left, looking right, trying to find a way past that black Minardi. But there's just no place to overtake at the moment. And even when Webber passes Sato and Gaston Mazzacane, I told you we should be careful with the engine. Told you we should be careful with the race. Mazzacane is now out of the race. Both BARs out. Mazzacane out. Both BARs going home now. And that's Alonso! Everyone's dropping like flies at the moment. Both Toyotas out now. Both BARs, both Toyotas out. They're dropping like flies before lap 8. We're down to 14 runners now in this race. We're back on board with Button and Raikkonen. Forget about the retirement. All the retirements haven't even been in the top 10. So forget about them. We shall continue watching over. And that was Webber trying to make an overtake on Takuma Sato. That's brave going around the outside of that corner. It's usually a one-line astern corner. Sato 8th. Someone's ready in the pits. I'm not sure who it is for though. Raikkonen! Both McLarens are now out. We're down to 13 runners. Both McLarens, both BARs, both Toyotas are all out. It's the Jaguar that are ready. De La Rosa going into the pits. He's the first to make a pit stop. That's going to put him quite far back. I reckon he might be last come the end of the pit stop. It promotes Barrichello into 9th, promotes Raikkonen into 10th, it promotes Webber into the points at the moment, which is a good thing because it's still being kept aside by Takuma Sato. Ralph Schumacher is in 6th. You can still see a Lazy in front. Lazy heavy braking. There's the top 4. Frentzen in 4. Ferrari ready in the pits. That is key because that's going to be for Michael Schumacher. So Schumacher has blinked first in this race. Lap 9. That might give him the advantage, it might give him the disadvantage.
Just put up the fastest lap of the race.
I think Fisichella's just put the fastest lap of the race, I think I just heard. Alazy's gone past, Ralf Schumacher's gone past, Sato, Webber, Barrichello, Raikkonen, Button, Hill.
Della Rosa has lost his front wing.
And De La Rosa's lost his front wing.
Della Rosa has lost a wheel.
De La Rosa's lost a wheel. Has he been in an accident with Hakkinen? I'll be surprised because Hakkinen's out. Oh no, De La Rosa's out. De La Rosa is now out.
Has retired in sector 2.
Retired in sector 2. What happened here then? And that looks like a simple... Oh, hello. He's gone over. He's gone over. He's back on all three wheels. That was a dramatic accident. Hopefully he is okay. Let's see a replay of that accident though. He's just lost braking and yep, and the tyre wall just let him go over. The roll bar doing its job, making sure that the driver's head does not touch the floor. And he becomes our 8th retirement. Michael Schumacher 12th. Hiller's an 11th, Button 10th. Raikkonen 9th. The 12 drivers left now in this race. Just 12. Barrichello is in 8th. Webber is in 7th, but the Sauber team are getting ready. Sato is in 6th. The Ralf Schumacher 5th. 4th is Jean Alazy. 3rd, Heinz Howard Frentzen. Sauber ready for Webber. Frentzen down the long straight. Frentzen with the fastest lap of the race in the arrows. Young leads still for the Minardi team. Round first, couple of corners past the first sector. The gap 1.7 seconds. Down towards turn. I'm not sure what turn this is. We'll call it 8. Where De La Rosa had that dramatic accident. But America's been the scene of dramatic accidents. We had, I think it was Barrichello. Oh no, it was Coulthard that had. Coulthard had a dramatic accident a few seasons ago. But we shall not dwell on that too much because the top 3 are all going into the pits. Young, Fisichella, Frentzen, all in the pits at the same time. Are they all going to be fueled for the same amount? We shall soon see. Here we go. Young, changing of all 4 tyres. Alazy goes into the lead. Ralf Schumacher is in 2nd. Sato 3rd. Young still being fueled. Still being fueled. Still being fueled. And that is a change of position right there. Fisichella is actually in front of Frentzen. Fisichella's still in front of Frentzen, but Young is still. Young has come out behind both of them. Does that mean that Young has switched to a one-stop strategy? We shall soon see. I think Young might have switched strategy. I think Young has gone from a 2 to a 1 stop. We shall soon see. Frentzen and Fisichella 8th and 9th at the moment. Hill directly in front. 6 seconds down the road. They're all behind Raikkonen at the moment. Button 6th. Raikkonen is in 5th. In front of them is Barrichello. There is Barrichello. Sato directly in front of Barrichello. Split strategies for quite a few teams. Renault, Arrows, Minardi and Ferrari have all split their strategies. Minardi going long with Sato. Between the 2 of the 1 stops of the Minardis. There is Michael Schumacher behind Alex Young. Michael Schumacher was disadvantaged with having that early stop. He's behind Young, behind Frentzen, behind Fisichella. Oh, he's already behind Fisichella. Behind! And now he's behind what presumably is a one-stopping Alex Young, which is just eking more of a gap for Frentzen. Young has to put in qualifying styled lap times in order to win this race, I reckon. Because them two drivers in front are going to be super quick compared to Alex Young. Down. And Schumacher's dived it down the inside of Alex Young. Is he going to make the move? He's going to make the move stick round that corner. No, he's not. Round the other hairpin. Down the mini straight. Small cut. Braking and then round down the long straight. Michael Schumacher currently in 11th place. Webber direct behind. Webber is currently in last place at the moment. We carry on watching Speedo climb and climb and climb. 329 kilometers. Young is just quick enough. 4 seconds is the gap between Frentzen and Young already. After 2 laps, to do 2 seconds a lap difference in pits. 14th lap at the moment. We've got a lazy leading. We've got Ralph Schumacher second, third Sato, fourth Barrichello, fifth Raikkonen, sixth Hill. Button has made a pits. Barrichello being going to get ready to get serviced. The current top 3 are all remaining out at the moment. There's Ralph Schumacher second in the arrows. A lazy current race leader in the Renault. A lazy's not won yet. Raikkonen fourth. The Jordan of Hill is in 5th at the moment. 6th Fisichella, 7th is Frentzen. 8th Young, 9th Michael Schumacher. Michael Schumacher not in the points at the moment. Michael Schumacher looking down the inside of Young. Nothing doing there. Young currently in 8th place. Barrichello's coming out of the pits in 10th. That was Button. There's Button. Oh, that was Webber. I didn't see Webber there. Webber just cuts right in front of Barrichello. Webber, 10th now. I'm not sure if he's made all his pit stops yet or not. Barrichello is in 11th. Button, 12th in the Jordan. Around the tight right-hander. There's the list of retirements. De La Rosa, Hakkinen, Alonso, Mazzacane, Coulthard, Montoya, Panis, and Diniz. All of the retirements so far. A lazy go around first sector. 4 seconds is the gap between a lazy and Ralph Schumacher. On lap 16, we've got 11 laps to go, including this one. Down the back straight. Down towards this complex. The Mickey Mouse section. Car park section. Whatever you'd like to call it. Doesn't require much of a spectacle. Just heavy braking. Renault ready in the pits for what presumably is going to be Jean Alesi. There we are. Jean Alesi into the pits. Sauber already in the pits. That's probably for Raikkonen. And Jean Alesi in the pits. Ralph Schumacher continues. Ralph Schumacher leads. The first arrows to lead since season 2, I think. Since Ralph Schumacher won the title. Alesi. Fuel being put in the car. It's a 10-second pit stop. Fisichella's already gone past. So has Frentzen. It's a bit worrying that them two are only that far away. Young's already passed. Is he? Yes. So is Michael Schumacher. So Alazy is very close to Young. Schumacher trying to make an overtake on Young, but Young keeps in front. These one-stoppers are looking very, very nice with some decent points. We shall soon see Webber 8th at the moment in the Sauber. Raikkonen in 9th. Arrows ready in the pits. Arrows are ready in the pits for Ralf Schumacher, and so are Minardi. So Ralf Schumacher and Takuma Sato both pitting at the same time. We're on board with Frentzen. Fisichella in 3rd. Sato is in the pit lane, so is Ralf Schumacher.
The race leader is entering the pits
Ralf
now.
Schumacher has the advantage of being the first driver in the line between him and Sato. Sato's going slightly quicker than Frentzen. I mean, come on. There we are, Schumacher into pass. Sato, technically now he's in the lead. Fisichella goes past. Frentzen goes past. All the tyres have been changed. Fuel still going in. Fuel is out. The pit lane limit is still on. There we are. Accelerating. Alazy stays in front by 2.5 seconds. Sato 7th, Webber 8th. That is your top 8. So it is now Fisichella leading. Young still holding up Schumacher. A charm by the looks of it. Especially for the current top 2 of Frentzen and Fisichella. Young 3rd in the Minardi. 2nd place is Frentzen. Ferrari ready in the pits. Michael Schumacher is going to be cleared away from Young, but the damage has been done. Fisichella leading in the Renault. Ralf Schumacher, no sorry, Heinz-Harald Frentzen 2nd in the Arrows. Young and Alazy 3rd and 4th. They do not have to make another pit stop. Sato, Webber already gone past, and into the pits goes Michael Schumacher, who I think is going to be pointless today. The championship leader is now last. Accelerating now through the gears. Gear 4, 5, 6. Braking towards the first corner. First chicane. Button 11th for the Jordan. He does not have to make another pit stop. Hill 10th. He doesn't have to make another pit stop. Barrichello and Raikkonen in front. Also both do not have to make another pit stop. Raikkonen is in that 8th place, the final point. Not for long, because Webber is about to make a pit stop. Sato 6th in the Minardi, losing a little bit of ground to Schumacher, it looks like. Schumacher trying to make some sort of headway onto Alazy. Young is 2 seconds down the road from Alazy. And Frentzen is 11 seconds down the road. Still trying to eke some sort of a gap. Fisichella leading still in the Renault. There is Fisichella going into the complex of slow corners. Through the left, round the right. There's Frentzen directly behind. The Arrows looking to score another podium. Heinz-Harald Frentzen, not sure if it's going to happen because Young is looking rather strong round the banking for the 20th time. That is your top 2, Fisichella, Frentzen.
Fisichella has just put
Frentzen
up the fastest lap
Fisichella, sorry, fastest lap of the Grand Prix at the moment. 1:14.247 for the Italian. Frenson's directly behind. 3 seconds is the gap. 12 seconds is the gap between Frenson and Young now. There's Alex Young. Third at the moment. Fourth is a lazy. Fifth, Ralph Schumacher. Sixth, Takuma Sato. And then there's a bit of a gap of 8 seconds to Kimi Raikkonen in 7th in the Sauber. In 8th place is Rubens Barrichello. Not a good day for Ferrari. They're going to lose ground in the title hunt for the team's championship. They've currently got quite a bit of a lead, but they're not probably going to have a bit of a lead anymore. Hill 9th. They're currently scoring no points on the Jordan team. Here we go. Renault and Arrows ready in the pits for their 2 drivers. Webber is in 12th and last. Here we go. Fisichella in the pit lane. So will Frenson. The race leader, Fisichella, in the pits. Frenson also in the pits. Fisichella the first to go into their pit box, obviously. Heinz-Harald Frenson in the lead. Young is already passed. Fisichella is out of his pit box. Where's he going to come out? Behind Ralf Schumacher, behind Sato. So it's going to be 5th for Fisichella and 6th for Frenson. Got Raikkonen for company. No, he hasn't. Heavy braking for Frenson, but he keeps hold of 6th place. Does Heinz-Harald Frenson. Lost a little bit of time to Fisichella, I think. I don't think they were 3 seconds apart. I think they were 2. I'm not too sure though. Fisichella 5th. Sato is in 4th for the Minardi team. 3rd, Ralf Schumacher. So Arrows are going to get a podium for now, in the form of Ralf Schumacher. It's going to be a fantastic race though for Minardi. 2nd place is Jean Alesi. Alex Young leading in the Minardi now. It's a stroke of genius from the Minardi team to switch Young onto that one-stop strategy. And he's looking set to win the United States Grand Prix. Down towards the first corner. Round the first corner. Looking down the order. Fisichella 5th, Frenson 6th. Raikkonen, Barrichello 7th and 8th. Hill in 9th. Through the first corner. Button is in 10th. Jordan's not scoring. Ferrari is only scoring 1 point at the moment because Michael Schumacher is in 11th. Russell and Sauber scoring 2 from Kimi Raikkonen. On board with Heinz-Harald Frenson. 6th place for the Season 2 Constructor Champion. Finished 3rd in that season's championship behind Bertie and De La Rosa and Frenson. Currently Jaguar pointless at the moment. They've been the main challengers of the title each of the 3 seasons. That is a very vertical plane right there. Trying to take off. Anyway, going around. There's a lot of questionable planes flying around America at the moment. A bit concerned. There's the helicopter is still hovering up there though. See the whole of the America crowd. You can fit in goods. 250,000 people into the complex. Not in this complex though, because they've not built grandstands. Obviously. Sato though, 4th place. We're getting a bit sidetracked from the racing. We're just seeing planes take up vertically, looking at all the America crowd, looking at helicopters, looking at cranes that we just saw there. Oh, didn't realise that we were right by an airport as well, because that plane looked like it was just taken off. It was like very, very vertical. Like, I don't know a lot about planes, but I don't think you can take off that vertical. I believe that's heading for a bit of a disaster there, a bit of a stall, we should say. I think the technical term is fall. But turn 1, turn 2 for Ralph Schumacher, your season 2 champion. Looking to make headway in season 4. This will get your season back on track. 2 pointless scores for Ralph Schumacher. Lazy in second. He might take over the driver's lead, I'm not too sure. But currently it is Alex Young leading in the Minardi. Turn 1 and turn 2. I've lost the plot. The more I've done this race, the more I've just lost the plot. Ralph Schumacher has started for company for the final lap of the United States Grand Prix around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Round the banked turn 13. Ralph Schumacher starts his final lap. So does Alex Young. So does Fisichella. Round turn 1. Turn 2 for the German. We're on board now with the Japanese driver Takuma Sato in the Minardi. Turn 3, turn 4 or 5. This might be turn 6. Turn 7. But we go back on board with your race leader. It's a tactical genius for the Minardi team. Pitted Young really early. We all thought he was going to be on a 2-stop when he pitted early. He fueled heavy to the end. He changed the strategy up. Saw the threat from the 2 drivers behind him. And now going round turn 12. Round turn 13. Towards the pit lane. Alex Young wins the United States Grand Prix. Alesi finishes in second place. And Sato finishes in third place. Ralph Schumacher has had an engine failure. That is heartbreak for the Arrows team. But Frenton finishes in 5th, Kimi Raikkonen 6th, Raikkonen 7th. Here, I've lost count. There we are. Here's a replay. Ralph Schumacher going round the final couple of corners. He had 2 free corners to go, and there it goes. There goes the engine of Ralph Schumacher. Heartbreak for the German. Looking set to score a podium, but he's scoring absolutely nothing. And there we are. That is your race. 11th place, last is Webber. And he is about to go into Parc Fermé. And your race winner. For the first time this season, 4 races, 4 different. No, it hasn't, because Schumacher won the 3rd race. Not 4 races, 4 different winners. 4 races, 3 different winners for 3 different constructors. Your race winner is Alex Young. Alex Young wins with Jean Alesi in second. Takuma Sato has scored points for the first time since season 2. He was pointless throughout season 3, and now he has scored points. And a podium as well. It's a double podium for Minardi. Renault second and 4th. And we have Frenton 5th. it was 6th for Kimi Raikkonen, 7th for Barrichello, and 8th for Damon Hill. Jordan scoring 1 solitary point. But the championship leader, Michael Schumacher, finishing in 10th. It's a disappointing race for the Ferrari. Webber is the last driver to finish. Schumacher, last lap heartbreak for the German. De Rosa had a brakes failure which caused him to have that colossal accident. Hopefully we'll see him back in the car for Canada. 11th, we're still looking through Webber in the Sauber. There is the German with the heartbreak. And he's looking all set for 3rd place. Then the rest of the retirements: Hakkinen, Alonso, Mazzacane, Coulthard, Montoya, Panis, and Diniz. No one stalling on the very first lap. Loads of engine failures though. And now we shall say goodbye to United States Grand Prix for another season. Next race will be the Canadian Grand Prix. It was Alex Young, fastest lap of the race on the final lap. Thank you ever so much for watching. Or was it? I don't know, both Young and Fisichella with the fastest lap, it looks like. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.